Ek gesels met Reynold Thakhuli en hy is die woordvoerder van SANparke. Reynold, baie welkom.
Baie dankie, ek is baie bly om hier te wees.
I'm going to switch over to English. Thank you for trying. Ray, obviously, when it comes to our national parks, there's so much to say. How are things going at the moment?
Well, national parks are beautiful spaces. National parks are open spaces, and we are open for business. And of course, we're not where we're supposed to be because of the fact that we just came out of, national lockdown due to COVID-19. People were not traveling to our national parks. Staff members were also not, doing work as we're supposed to be doing. We are really on a recovery road. As I indicated, we're not where we're supposed to be in terms of the numbers. But I must say, South Africans have been very good to us.
I'm glad.
Because, we have been seeing a number of South Africans, in fact, going out into parks at this particular time. One of our most popular parks is the Kruger National Park. But we've seen even traffic now going up to Galagadi.
Really?
In the Northern Cape. So South Africans have actually cushioned us quite a lot during this difficult time.
What plans did you have to make, for the parks to survive a time like COVID that you just mentioned? I mean, I'm sure there were a few strings that had to be pulled.
Absolutely. We had to look at our operations and apply what we call cost curtailment, therefore making sure that certain things are sort of held back a little bit.
Yes.
We concentrated a lot on maintenance, and we know that maintenance was not actually... we didn't actually reach what we're supposed to reach because, when parks are empty, staff members are also not going. You find that some of the animals, particularly baboons, would go and raid.
Crazy.
They'll go crazy and raid, the camps. So we had to concentrate on maintenance, but we also had to concentrate a lot on anti-poaching. During that time, because we realized that people might take advantage of the fact that there's nobody coming into the parks. Our rangers were still at work as part of the, people that were supposed to work at that particular time. So we've seen that even the poaching rate had actually gone down at that particular time. So there's a lot that we have been doing to make sure the park, parks survive during that particular time. Yeah, we are very fortunate that none of our people actually lost their jobs. And the government has also had to come to the party, our Department of Forestry, Fisheries and the Environment, in assisting us with a little bit of money during that time.
Me and you, we spoke just before we started the program. When it comes to national parks, it literally, it's such a personal thing. You mentioned some of the things that people request when it comes to park. I'd love to focus on that for a few minutes. What strange requests do you guys get? And are you open for the possibility of these requests?
Absolutely. Look, people take going to parks as pilgrimage. They go at that particular time. And they request certain, somebody will tell you, I want to go into this particular chalet at this particular camp. And they've been going, they will tell you, we've been going to this chalet for the last 30, 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
They've been going there since they are young. But you also find people asking to have their ashes being scattered in our national parks. Just last week, I was... actually talking to somebody who said, my wife had a wish to have her ashes scattered on Table Mountain. And I said to him, people go to Table Mountain and just do it anyway because it's an open park.
Yes.
It's a park in an urban area.
Yeah.
They just splash the ashes everywhere they want on Table Mountain. But this person, requested this and said, no, I want to do it properly. I want to make sure that I honor my wife, properly.
Yes.
So we get such requests.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So we get people that would like to propose, on Table Mountain, on Galagadi, in the beach out in Ado, on Bet Island, those kind of things. So it's really quite a very emotional and personal thing, for a whole lot of us, that the people that visit national parks.
I think that's one of the big things why I think you know, our parks should be looked after. And I'm so grateful for SANparks because you guys really do a great job. And we are now entering National Parks Week.
Yes.
Still something to be excited about, hey?
Absolutely, absolutely. 17 years down the line, this is the 7th time that we are hosting SA National Parks Week event. This year we are hosting it from the 11th to the 16th of September. But of course, there will be parks that will open for the entire weekend. But big parks like your Kruger, you know, somebody wants to go to Kruger for the weekend just to go and relax.
Yes.
To Kgalagadi, to Ado, Tsitsikamma, and some parts of Table Mountain will not happen for a full week. They'll just open from Monday to Friday. But the rest, 21 national parks in 7 provinces of our country, available, mahala, for people to come in. Gratis, as they call it, on that particular week. So we're looking forward to that week. We've been seeing the numbers really growing. Up to this point, I think we have got over 680,000 people that have taken advantage of National Parks Week.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What is the main goal of National Parks Week? Is it for to lure people to the parks, to let them experience it? Because we know obviously financially everybody at the moment they are making plans.
Yeah.
Because COVID hit everybody.
Absolutely. So
what's the main goal?
The theme for National Parks Week is Know Your National Parks.
Really know it.
Yeah, know your national parks. So that is what we are trying to emphasize, trying to instill in South Africans, that we as South African National Park, as SANparks, we are simply managing these national parks on your behalf. Come and see them. Come and have an experience in a national park. You know, come spend time in our picnic sites. Come onto our walking trails. Come onto our game drives. Drive yourselves in the national parks. Come to our restaurants within the national park system. Just know your national parks. We've got environmental education awareness programs. Come and listen to why we have a park called Bontebok National Park.
Yes.
Why we have a park called Mountain Zebra National Park. What is happening there? Golden Gate. Why was this park proclaimed? And by the way, we've got a new national park in Northern Cape called the Meerkat National Park.
The Meerkat?
Yeah, Meerkat.
Meerkat.
Meerkat National Park, which is one of the newest, proclaimed last year by the minister. And we are moving towards establishing another one, a new national park, out in the Eastern Cape, closer to Lesotho, which is going to be called the Northern Eastern Grassland National Park.
Wow.
So we want people to actually have this knowledge of why are we proclaiming this national park? Why are we, putting land aside to be protected as national parks? And so that is our theme, for this year. And of course, if they come as day visitors, later on they will come as overnight visitors. Yeah.
They're going to fall in love.
Absolutely.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
We're going to have a talk further just now. Bly gerus ingeskakel, ons is nou terug. Ek gesels steeds met Reynold Thakhuli en hy is die woordvoerder van SANparke. Now Ray, we joked just a little while ago that you've been with SANparks for quite a few years, and there's obviously a reason for that. I think it's because you can't not fall in love with the work that you guys are doing. Why is it still such a big passion for you doing what you do?
When I first arrived here, I looked around and all I saw was people first. Speaking to people in the organization. And I spoke to rangers and they told all sorts of stories. And I wanted to experience that. And I experienced it, how they interact with people, how they interact with nature itself. And of course, it was the most sad part of it is that when I arrived, it was really at the height of poaching of rhino. So we had to actually work on strategies in terms of how do we assist in taking the message out there to say, look, this rhino poaching is not doing our country too good.
Absolutely not.
People come to our country to see the big five. Can you imagine when they come here and say there was a big five, now we've got only four? Even one of the two of the big four, in fact, are in trouble, or three. Lions are in trouble, elephants are in trouble, and rhinos are in trouble, and it's all because of us as human beings. Now, how do you change this thing? How do you, send out the message, to people to say, please assist us with information of those that are busy killing our wildlife. This is our natural heritage. It's South African natural heritage. And people travel all over the country. We can see it now. I mean, international visitors are not coming as yet. They are bringing their foreign currency into our country, which is really making a great contribution to our coffers. Only South Africans are doing it.
Yes.
So if internationals are not coming here at all, we are in trouble because they're not seeing what they want to see. You know what really gets them attracted to our country. It's our big five. So so I've been part of that system and machinery that sort of speaks about messaging in our national parks. How do we get people to visit? How do we get people to stop illicit wildlife crime? Not only on the animals, but on the fauna as well, because plants are also
such a big part.
So we see people also going in Table Mountain, for instance. We've got a problem of bark stripping. People are stripping the bark of the tree for all sorts of things, medicinal purposes. So it's been quite an interesting journey, I must be honest.
I think one of the wonderful things, we've got about 2 minutes left. One of the wonderful things is there's always growth, I think, and especially I read that you guys opened a new registration office.
We have opened a new first registration office in the township in Soweto last
How will
week.
that work?
Look, we did our research and we found that there's a big market in the townships in the form of things like stokvels. So people group themselves into different stokvels groups.
Yep.
And they save money either for traveling, for whatever reason that they do. But they love traveling. But they didn't have information about these national parks. Because, I mean, the research that we actually conducted showed us that there was so little information that that particular market had about national parks. They thought, no, you might just, walk in the national park and, get chowed by a lion or whatever the case may be.
Yes.
So we needed to sort of, attract them as well. Our biggest market is still white South Africans that come into our national parks. But we are saying we are living in such a country, a rainbow nation, so therefore all of us must enjoy the national park. So we want to tap into that travel market. They travel a lot. I mean, you see buses leaving townships every December, going to places like Durban, Port Elizabeth. My own mother, as part of such a group, a Stokvel group, they travel all over the country during the December holidays. So we thought, it's a couple of billions of rands market, and we thought, let's tap into it, bring in some awareness of our national parks in the township. So hopefully, we will be opening, other offices in the townships because we want these people to also come into our national parks.
Well, that's wonderful. Ray, thank you for everything and have a great day.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.